You're listening to Hour 3, Music Without Borders. Happy Super Bowl Saturday, 2026. Here we are in February. Wow, yeah, Super Bowl weekend. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I'm still working on the first hour guarantee. Got it. I got it all. It's right here. I'm going to give a shout out to anybody, everybody who's watching this in rewind, especially people who are watching this after I'm dead. We've just been talking in the last hour about people who died today. This is Music Without Borders. It's an all request show. We like talking about music, but yeah, of course, music has to do with, death may happen and so forth. There's a lot of ways that I'm a professional musician, right? Have been, always will be, my whole life. Here's something. How do I say this in the right way? I'll just set it up this way. Coming up right now, I've got CCR. You know who you are. You made these requests during the first hour. Baby Metal, the song that I played before. They're really, really. I love Baby Metal. I'm actually a big fan of their stuff. Here's my little story here. We just got a super, right? So Steve, Viva Las Vegas. Okay, so Las Vegas is a place that I've never been to Nevada. Yes, that means also Reno. Capital of Nevada is what? And a lot of people get that wrong. I like that joke. But I've never been to, I've been close. I've been to, Arizona. I've been to California and so forth. Colorado. I've just never been to Las Vegas. And to be honest with you, maybe it's because I'm not like totally into gambling. But they're kind of famous for shows and stuff like that. If I was going to Vegas, it'd definitely be like, I'd be like, if I had tickets, I'd be going to like all these cool shows. I mean, Vegas is a place to be at. In the old days, it was that. Now it's really, really, really is. I mean, the gambling, the house always wins, right? So we play a little bit just for fun, right? But when they say take $100, and if you become a millionaire for $100, great. If you don't, then just there's your limit. Stop. I mean, it's going to cost you $1,000 just to see a show. Actually, no, their tickets aren't that bad, are they? Las Vegas. No, I've never been. I had free tickets. So I don't know. It's one of those places. I thought I need a lot of money to go there. Same thing with Hawaii and Tokyo. I had free tickets to all these places, and I was like, nah, I think I'd rather go to Brazil. But here we go. ZZ Top, Viva Las Vegas.
There's a whole lot of honey
Starman Joe, for a bunch of reasons. That was sung by, because I was like, oh, that doesn't sound like ZZ Top. And I'm like, well, who's singing this? Dusty was, rest in peace, another dead guy. The bass player from ZZ Top, Dusty Hill, is singing there, doing his best Elvis impersonation. And of course, everybody who knows Music Without Borders, Alex is going to figure out who wrote the song. Doc Pomus and Mort Schumann. Never heard the names before in my life. This guy, Doc, I never heard this either. He's best known. He got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a non-performer. It's funny because you think of rock and roll and perform. People, they say, oh, you're not an artist. I say, I'm a performing artist. I'm a recording artist. Those are words, right? But the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a non-performer. So he's not a performing artist. I guess he's the guy who wrote it. He says he's a singer. They use a performer. Whatever. I tell you, sometimes just because it's in Wikipedia doesn't mean it's true. I used to think that Wikipedia was probably the best, but I was Googling something or whatever, and I said, well, it's Google now is like totally worthless because it says AI thinks it's this. Forget that. So I go back to Wikipedia and think, well, they're pretty good. Wikipedia is also only what people write in. So it's anyway. So he's a non-performer, maybe I guess on that song. Performing arts. Okay, yeah, okay. Semantics. My lawyer's going, just drop this one, Alec. You're listening to Music Without Borders. Once again, we're keeping the first hour guarantee. This show ain't turning off until I have finished playing all the requests. Once again, for anybody who's new, you want to know what the playlist is going to be, I'm going to go through it again. Los Amigos Invisibles, Jethro Tull, System of a Down, you know who you are, Alice Cooper. This is the second time I'm going through this list here. Something I can't pronounce, but Set Fire to the Island. Makes me think a little bit about Easter Island, but there was no trees, so you can't really set fire there. CCR is lined up, but right now it is Baby Metal. Baby Metal. You listen to Music Without Borders. I think that's the second time that I've heard that track. Um, the concept of that first song, "Give Me Chocolate," that song was like, I was like going, "What?" And I thought to myself, like everybody else, heck fire. Get a bunch of young Japanese girls and put them in front of like Slipknot, people dressed in skeleton masks. I'm like, this is super, 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 super great. Hold on a second here. Do I have to do anything? Um, Hold on a second. Um, I'm not sure here. Okay, it's hard. I wasn't really reading the chat and stuff like here, and right now, I, okay, Johnny, you're in charge of everything, so make sure everything is clean. Do be clean. Hey, we got UDM on deck, but right now it is uh, Steve coming in here. Hold on a second. Um, can't help falling in love. No, hold on. Okay, this is actually Zoo TV. I remember that tour. But of course, it is this song from UB40. But you want to hear U2. But okay, I'm looking for it. Looks like he did do a live version. Uh, in the name of love. It says Zoo TV Sydney, 1993. Okay, here we go. They're doing a cover. YouTube's doing a cover here. Uh, nice one, Steve. And Kiss Shout It Loud is on deck. You're listening to Music Without Borders. Uh, I'm keeping the first hour guarantee. If need be, we will do some overtime. But happy Super Bowl Saturday. it just goes clapping for the next 2 minutes. Let's keep on going here. Shout it loud, Kiss. Uh, Actually, my computer's also. This is also could be star material. You're listening to Music Without Borders. Thank you, Steve, for the. Actually, that was really cool. I never heard that one before. Shout it loud. I think UDM. I think I've heard this track. My ears will tell me. Here we go. You listen to Music Without Borders. Shout it out loud, Kiss. We have played that one before. Great song, great song. Coming up here, we got Alice Cooper. I'm going to say this name here. Chthonic. We're going to hear that one. But right now it is CCR.
Well, you wake up in the morning, you hear the work bell ring, and I march you to the table. You see the same old thing, ain't no food upon the table, there's no pork up in the pan. But you better not complain, boy. You get in trouble with the man.
You listen to Music Without Borders (CCR) with Midnight Special. Happy Super Bowl Saturday! I tell you, I'm sitting here in Venice Beach, Florida, Sarasota County. But you go up one county above me, it's Hillsborough, and that's Tampa. Tampa Bay, of course, famous for a lot of things. One of them is Ybor City. Press one if you've ever been to Ybor City. Ybor City is this crazy, crazy place, and I'm having like a deja vu. It's not the midnight hour yet, but at 9:30 right now on Ybor City, that's Ybor. Ybor City is nuts, and I was there. It would have been 2000 and something, early 2000s, and I was there with my roommate, and and he brought yes 2 ladies. So it was my buddy and I, and we brought 2 ladies, friends, right, friendly friends, and actually we weren't romantic or anything. It was really kind of we wanted to be, but it didn't work out that way. But that's a hidden joke there. But I can't remember whose idea it was, and they said, "Hey, let's the Super Bowl's," and it was in Tampa. Somebody can fact check me and tell me what year this was. And it was Super Bowl Saturday, and I'm in Tampa with my buddy, and he brings 2 girls with him, and we were in the Jeep, and we drove up, and it was crazy. When I say crazy, I mean, I had just come back. I mean, I've been around the world a lot, and what they were doing in Ybor City, it was just wrong. I was like, I'm not going to say too much about it because I'll get in trouble, but I was like, Ybor City, and I've been there a couple of times, but during Super Bowl Saturday, I was in my 30s, buckaroo, and even that was too intense for me. Here I am in my 50s, and I'm like, I'm glad I'm not in Ybor City right now. So yeah, we get to stay home here. Happy Super Bowl Saturday to everybody. Here's this group, set fire to the island. That's what they were doing to Ybor City. I tell you, it was crazy. Check this song out. Don't Change Your Diet, Listen to Music Without Borders. That was Chthonic, rock and roll music from Taiwan, Taipei, formed in 1995. Never heard of them before. Now I get it. Chthonic is at the end. So Chthonic, whenever you see four consonants in a row, always suspect. They're known as the Black Sabbath of Asia. I can see that. I can see that. They've toured with Ozfest, so kudos to Chthonic, whoever requested that during the first hour. You knew what you were getting into. That was cool, actually. You're listening to, this is the final countdown. We're playing, these are the first hour guarantee songs. I'm getting close to the end here, which is amazing. I think this is going to happen. We're looking at Jethro Tull. We're looking at System of a Down. And right now, it's Alice Cooper.
She struts into the room. Well, I don't know her, but with a magnifying glance, I just sort of look her over. We have a drink or two, well, maybe three. Someone get me out of my mind. I hate these thoughts I can't
To Music Without Borders, System of a Down with Dreaming. I tell you, here it is. We made it through. Specifically, anybody who's been here since 7 o'clock. The first hour guarantee. I'm not messing around with this stuff, right? I had the idea. It came to me about 3 weeks ago. I wrote down on a piece of paper and I said, do the first hour guarantee. 3-hour show, right? Play everything with notes, all styles of music. Just have no cuss words. That's it. One tiny little rule because I live in the US and A. And in this country, we have to follow the rules when you're doing terrestrial things and you're on whatever, right? So, I know, as a DJ when I was a kid, FCC rules apply. Federal Communications Commission that tell you that no politics, don't talk like a drunken sailor. If you want to swear, please do it in a foreign language. Scheiß off, du Arschloch. Du weißt. Do bist du, yeah. Do it that way. That's the only way to do stuff like this. Kata. Greek is that's a nice one. Swear, pushkuras. Swear in Slavic. Okay, just don't do it in English. That's the only thing, the only rule that we have here. Working on terrestrial YouTube live stuff. I have to follow the live rules. Well, I watch all this stuff and people are talking like drunken sailors. Yeah, but that's because you're paying for it. That's like cable and all that stuff. On normal ABC, NBC, you know, the networks in America, you can't just go, F you, bomb, 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 bomb. You're not allowed to do that in this country. It's just a fact. And so new people, you know, so it actually, to be honest with you, most 99.9% of music doesn't have cuss words. And I'm including, the Spanish rap and French rap. You know, I love it. I can put that one. I'm just playing. You have to understand. I'm messing with it. I have to work with the. When you're fahren off the Autobahn, Kraftwerk, right? When you're on the Autobahn, and everyone knows. Maybe you heard the story. There's no speed limits. That's not actually correct. There are speed limit signs on the Autobahn. The Autobahn is German for highway. There are speed limit signs. And there are times when it's a straightaway where they say, no problem, go as fast as you want. But on a curb, you get my analogy here, right? Me broadcasting from Florida on YouTube is a curve, and the speed signs come up. We made it through. I'm tapping myself. First hour guarantee is complete after I play this song. And it's going to be a star as well. I never played this one. A New Yesterday. Now, I'm an optimist, but can you have a new yesterday? I suppose you can have a new way of thinking about what happened in your past. Jethro Tull. new day yesterday and it's an old day now. Man, I'm starting to have flashbacks. Jethro Tull, you're listening to Music Without Borders. I did make a faux pas. I'm going to correct myself. This is the last song.
Hasta ceder. Tú mi sol, amor, lujuria y perdición. Amaneció, el cuarto está caliente, dejándome sin poder salir, porque está bien que me quede. Y es que los tres te voy dejando desnudita. 4, 5, 6 me voy quedando desnudito. Ven, cachete a cachete, sin pensar, sin decir. Dame tu calor, la cocha está muy lejos. Sin querer me fui quedando hasta beber. Tú mi alcohol, mi droga, mi interior. Amaneció, el cuarto está caliente, dejándome sin poder salir, porque está bien que me quede. 1, 2, 3 te vas quedando desnudita. 4, 5, 6 me vas dejando desnudito. Ven, cachete a cachete, sin pensar, sin decir. Dame tu calor, la concha está muy lejos.
Complete. completo. Now I got it. Los Amigos Invisibles, Cachete. That was the first, excuse me, the final tunage request that we got during hour one. The first hour guarantee, complete. I'm glad I dotted the I's and crossed the T's before I closed out this can of worms. Today has been super, super great. Here's the deal. I'm going to play one more song, and I'm going to do the thing, right? The thing, anybody who knows the thing, they know that I'm looking at the clock. Press 1 for music without borders overtime. the first hour music guarantee, whatever the thing's called, I made it through, and I even got one request in after that. First hour guarantee is you show up tomorrow, 7 p.m. I know. Super Bowl Sunday, I get it. And so there's going to be a lot of, well, actually, to be honest with you, it's not like it's the World Cup. It's going to be an easy gig for me tomorrow. It's only the Super Bowl. That's U.S. and Canada and anybody who likes that stuff. Happy Super Bowl Saturday to all y'all. A shout out. I think I only had one mod today. Was it Johnny? Rockin' Johnny was the only mod that I had today. It looks like he passed out. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Rockin' Johnny. I get it. This is why I have like 4 main mods, and then I have like a bunch of backups. They show up when they show up. So thank you, Rockin' Johnny, for being there. The super school went to UDM. Steve, Crick and Pat. You guys are mega awesome. Thank you so much. And look, tomorrow really is going to be an interesting day. So multitask, right? Everyone says, hey, I can multitask. I can't. To be honest with you, I can barely do this show. Click. I mean, look, I try my best. But the first hour guarantee is not a promise. And this is somebody keep me on check. What do they call it? Checks and balances, you know? It's like, well, hey, you know, does he really do the first hour guarantee? Yes, he does. Yes, I do. And I can say it proudly. And if I make a mistake, whoops, my bad. So friendly fire does happen on the show. I know sometimes I make mistakes and I'll time out somebody that I didn't mean to. Here's the deal. As a mod, you know, when you go, I'm going to remove this comment because I think it's naughty, right? And I don't want to get in trouble for people talking about things that YouTube doesn't allow me to talk about. And I go, okay. And I highlight the thing and I'm going to press remove. And at that moment, somebody makes a comment and the whole chat moves up one thing, right? Whatever the line, right? It moves up a line. And I go, oh no, I just killed my best friend or I just killed my wife. Again, it's like friendly fire does happen. You guys are all great. I also want to give a shout out to the lurkers. Today we had a couple of new names, you know, coming in, and we had a couple, you know, some trolls or whatever. It's a good sign when trolls show up. It means, how is this show playing all styles of music? I know it seems, anybody who's been watching this for a while, you get it, right? You go, oh, he likes everything with notes. Clink. I'll sit back and relax and listen to people from around the world making requests. Doesn't matter what language it's in. You know, all different styles of music. I think I'm surprised that, like, I'm the only person doing this. If there's other channels that are doing the same thing, do a live show every day for 3 hours and all requests, and play all styles and all that stuff, just tell me who it is. I can't find anybody. I'm scratching my nose here because I'm like, it's the same thing I did in the early 80s. Everyone says, you can't do this. You have to have a format, you know? Floor mat? This ain't the Olympics in gymnastics. It's winter time. I want to go downhill. And I'm like, you know, I'll take the curves, take the bumps. I love everything with notes. Music Without Borders is your show. You guys make it happen. I love all you guys. We'll see you tomorrow again. 3 more hours of your requests. Once again, come early to avoid disappointment. Free of charge. Just slam me with requests. When I turn it on at 7, just slam me. 1 per person. I know who you are. People, sometimes you say 2 or 3 in a row. You go to the bottom of the list. It's not fair. Music Without Borders is a show for the whole planet Earth. It's about being fair and balanced. I love all you guys. Happy Super Bowl Saturday. Ciao. We'll see you tomorrow when the computer works. Oh, no. This is what happens when I run a little bit over. I'm 11 minutes late. Here we go. Ciao. Take 2. Look, no hands. Oh, no. Yeah, I went 11 minutes. I have to... There we go.
Closing time, open all the doors and Every new beginning comes from some other